Hi, thank you for having me. Hi, everybody. I'm Alina. I'm a part of EMBA 2024 class, and it's so good to be back to UCLA community and see UCLA backgrounds. I missed it. Um, Quickly about myself, I'm originally from Ukraine and I live in Los Angeles. Before moving to the US, I was living primarily in China. I actually had to live in different regions for my work. I started my career in high fashion production, and this is when I was living in China, and all those big brands wanted to be there when China opened up their market for European brands. So all the brands like Gucci, Prada, Chanel, everybody wanted to be there, but didn't know like how they're supposed to position themselves, what market materials they're supposed to have, what the local customers actually want. And it was very exciting time to be in that industry. And then also there, I witnessed how rapidly e-commerce grew and how it disrupted so many industries. And primarily for me, it was fashion and beauty. So when I moved to the US, I knew that I want to pursue my career in digital marketing and e-commerce. I loved creativity of high fashion and production, and my analytical side just really missed numbers. So digital marketing felt like a great way for me to marry my creative skills and analytical skills. And I worked on the agency side and then in-house. And also, I witnessed such an interesting time of e-commerce when during pandemic there were so many D2C native brands were born, and I was lucky to help grow brands like Fenty Beauty, Theragun, Universal Standards, Moon Juice, Abergé, and many others. That point in my career, when I was working with all these big brands and especially D2C native brands where digital marketing was the core of their business, I started to think about MBA. For me, it was more of an impulse decision when I was just thinking more like, okay, what do I need for my career to grow? And I just felt like I'm great at my expertise, but when the conversation comes on a higher level, like about the market penetration, about the industry, what are other opportunities, how do we go and enter other markets, how do we address pricing strategy, and so many more of a general business conversations. I didn't feel confident enough to participate in them. And this is when I started to think like, okay, I need some additional set of technical skills. And the other is more personal. I always dreamt about American education. I saw in the movies all the college life and how fun it was. In Eastern Europe, it's not like that. And also, UCLA Anderson just had such a great reputation. One of my best friends was at the time getting executive MBA. And I remember we were getting coffee and I was telling her about my work. And she was like, you should just go and get an MBA. And I thought like, oh my God, like what an incredible idea, because as the foreigner, I can totally relate to Barbara's story. I didn't know a lot of people. I was also had a lot of hesitation about my language, my accent, my skills. And I remember I heard constantly like, take the fact that you're a foreigner and turn it into your advantage. And I was like, how? And I couldn't figure it out how. And I think getting an MBA really helped me to figure it out. So this is how I got and started my journey in MBA. And a little bit about my experience there. So when I was getting MBA and looking back right now, and I felt it also during that time. So at school, I was just like, oh my God, I'm getting all these incredible skills. But only I remember on my second year, when I was going through interview process, it really hit me like, oh my God, I feel so confident. And not because I'm like I got an MBA, I'm so cool, or I'm getting an MBA at that time. But it was more because I've been in so many situations and so many classes, and I was exposed to so many different expertise, industries, knowledge, companies that I felt like I know what I'm doing and I know what I'm talking about. And I felt like I acquired so many interpersonal skills as well and really brushed it off. That I just felt way more confident going into interviews, and it was such a different experience for me. I remember how I was shaken, and after every interview, I would just feel like I'm not good enough, even if my resume was completely aligned with the job description. So I'm very grateful for that. And Debbie, Christy, I think you actually highlighted way more in elaborate way the skills that MBA gives you and about being more innovative, collaborative, like that interpersonal skills turned out to be the most valuable. Like, yes, you will learn some technical skills and knowledge and fill out the gaps that you need. For example, if you're more have more finance knowledge and you want to learn more of marketing, etc. Like we had a lot of classmates that did that, but you also just acquire that skills that is so many intangible skills that you're realizing after going into the situations, going on a job interview, going and leading the meeting for your team, or bringing your company to the next level, advocating for your promotion, building your own company, etc. And you just becoming way more versatile. Like I feel very confident now participating in different kind of conversations related to business. Like I caught myself now like talking to our CEO. I recently joined a new company, hyper growth company, and they have a very impressive board members. And when she was putting the presentation for them, I just felt so confident that like, oh my God, I knew exactly what they're doing because I saw so many startups at UCLA pitch and I saw what they're looking for. We had so many guests that were investing in businesses or were board members or built successful companies that also shared that practical knowledge with us that I could contribute. And I became way more versatile in my background, definitely than I was before. And the last thing I would say, you just get an exposure like never before because it's so valuable to be surrounded with so many talented people who want more, who are ambitious, humble, have different stories and have different backgrounds. And I truly believe that it elevates you too. It elevates you. It gives you opportunity to believe more in your own authenticity and your own story. And it's helps you to be more self-aware and just be more thoughtful and empathetic and open as a leader. For us, we had a lot of conversations about that in our EMBA class. And why you should choose MBA, in addition to everything I said, I remember now when I was talking about to a few people who were thinking about it, I also realized that a lot of people, when they consider an MBA, they see only very traditional route of going through the school experience and potential career outcomes. And I was sharing, and I want to share it with you as well, that you can actually tailor your journey way more than you think. You talk to professors, you talk to admission center, and you can really adjust your journey, and you have no idea how many different routes you can take from school. And sometimes you don't know, and it's okay. And I think you will get so many ideas throughout your journey that you will have a really big support system to explore it with. And on my final note, I wanted to add, since it's a woman panel, and we're talking about supporting women. I became a mom during my second year of MBA. I didn't want to postpone our family planning because I felt like my career should serve me rather than other way around. And I got a great support from school and from admission center, and I graduated with my 6 months old daughter. And looking back, I was like, oh my god, I went through school, I changed career, not career, sorry, changed a place where I was working, and I actually got promoted at a way higher position than I was at that time in the company size. And also becoming a mom, I'm like, so many things happen, like how, but you really acquire these new skills. You get in this incredible support system from school, from your classmates, and it teaches you new things that you didn't know. So I truly believe that you don't need to change your whole life for school. If you need to, you can fit it into it.
Alina, you're amazing. Thank you so much. I couldn't take enough notes. Really amazing journey. Thank you for sharing that and really sharing about your confidence and balancing and learning things that you didn't even expect really to learn through the journey. So thank you very, very much.